Hey there, cats and kitties. I am the Blues Man, Johnny Blues, and with this video, we'll be discussing my thoughts on episode 9 of the anime series Mobile Suit Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans, and I really enjoyed this episode. Getting a look inside Teiwaz and understanding that they really are kind of a Godfather-esque mafioso syndicate, while also, there's a great emphasis on family, and it doesn't necessarily relate to the mafioso sense of now you're part of the family. They really have a familial, friendly sort of aesthetic going on with all these, Teiwaz people, and I really like all of them. Kind of akin to the first impression of meeting Naze for the first time and his whole crew. I mean, I really like that this alliance that, Tekadon had been asking for and been hoping for has gone through. They made this blood oath, this blood pact, and Orga, being the leader, is kind of the head representative. But I mean, all of Tekadon, are now considered part of the syndicate, part of the family. And it's, it just seems like it's going to be such a beneficial outcropping from this partnership by the end. And I like that you had Cordelia, through this episode, very much still baby stepping along and trying to find her place in amidst all of this, confronting that idea as this guy, McMurdo tells her, this is tantamount to war. The decisions you're making, I mean, trying to, wrestle free Mars's independence and changing all that kind of stuff up. There are gonna be syndicates, corporations, people, individuals who aren't gonna be too happy with that. There's gonna be some seedy deal making, and lives are gonna be potentially lost because they don't want to see this, go through the way you want it to. And it was just interesting to me to see her, finally confronting that aspect and making a stark decision to keep going. She feels like she'll let Tekadon down, all of the, risk-taking that they've made up to this point. It can't be all for naught. It has to be for something. And Cordelia finds herself. And, I thought it was interesting. There were a lot of great character exchanges from Orga letting his hair down and wanting all the guys, all the boys to party from the different age ranges, give the kids the sweets, give the guys, money to go to the tavern and get some women, apparently, in one guy's case. And just that whole thing, and of course, he gets himself 3 sheaths to the wind, and, like Mikazuki's like, I've never seen him like this before. And he's kind of mumbling about, I want to make this a family for you guys. And I like Mikazuki's smile about that, because you're seeing, once again, the humanity of a character that has been very sort of dispatched, or dispassionate. He's at length, apart from everyone else. He's kind of in his own little world. And we're only, little by little getting to know more and more about Mikazuki as a person, and how much he actually has stock and faith in the idea of this very human want of having a family, having a farm, all these things. We're seeing he's a very human individual deep down inside. He keeps that all tucked deep down inside. And it's even his counsel that leads Cordelia to make this decision, because he, understands from sort of the militant point of view, I've had to take lives in this position. And it's one of those things where it's a life or death scenario. I'm looking at my own mortality. I'm facing my own mortality and the risk of my life with this decision, in his first encounter having to take a life. And, Fumietan, another great character, interaction there, where she gives Fumietan essentially this necklace, this matching necklace with a matching charm that she has. And, you see Fumietan taken aback by this, because she's kind of sort of just been the help. I mean, this is somebody who's, there to basically be a servant to Cordelia, but she is also working on the bridge. She's kind of the impromptu communications officer for Tekadon and everything. And I still, especially with the way she reacts to it, she kind of has it laid out on her console, and she's frustratedly, putting her head back and, sighing. Once again, I'm brought to the questioning of where Fumietan's loyalties lie. Because, of course, when we do catch up with Gallahorn, the Gallahorn guys, they're basically talking about, well, we have somebody who's familiar with the way, Teiwaz, the mafioso sort of syndicate, the way they operate, or the way that's all working out, and it coincides with, Tekadon's lying to them and everything like that. We're going to be able to keep an eye on them, follow them to Earth. And I'm just wondering, like, is one of these people, whether it be somebody on Naze's crew or whether it be Fumietan herself, because it was very interesting how she got to sort of hack into Gjallarhorn's communication server, that whole aspect. Could she be the sellout? Could she be the one sort of, every step of the way leaving breadcrumbs for Gjallarhorn to follow and keeping them apprised of what Tekkadan is doing? The machinations between Tekkadan and Teiwaz, all this kind of stuff. Somebody among them has to be like, a serpent on the inside, and it's just a matter of time to figure out who that is. And Fumietan, for not the first time, definitely probably not the last time, becoming suspect in my mind at the very least. And I am left wondering by the end, if Teiwaz, as genial as they were, as friendly as they were in making this bond, this blood oath with Tekkadan, I do have to wonder if Tekkadan is going to find them asking for something they don't want to have to give up at some point. For them to be befitting the entire Barbados, like they took all the armor off of it and they're rebuilding the entire thing. They're going to, fix the reactor inside and all this kind of stuff. It just seems too good to be true. That's what the thing is at the end of the day. It seems and feels too good to be true. When is the other leg going to drop? And what effect is that going to have? What's it going to entail and what's it going to have in effect? And, but yeah, this was a thoroughly enjoyable episode. Another step on that journey to Earth, and Gjallarhorn's right behind. They're tagging along right behind. And so it's just a matter of time. And I'm excited to see where it goes. So I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments below what you thought of Episode 9 of Mobile Suit Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans, if you enjoyed it as much as I did. If you had any insights to any of the characterizations going back and forth that I haven't discussed, I love having the conversation with you guys and theorizing about where this could go, especially a series like this, which seems pitched to penultimate heartbreak and war. Who's going to live? Who's going to survive? What prices do we have yet to see them pay? And all this kind of stuff. Will they even ever hope to achieve this independence from Mars, or will there be something much more costly waged in this battle yet to come? It's anybody's guess as far as I can see, but I'm enjoying every minute of it. So yeah, otherwise, like I say, I'd love to hear from you, and that'll be pretty much it for me on this. Hope this video finds you well, and I'll catch you all later. Peace.